The galaxy had long heard whispers of humanity, tales carried by travelers and merchants who had glimpsed humans from afar. They said humans were curious, unpredictable, and dangerous in ways no other species seemed to be, but no one understood why. Until the Council of the Ixari, a species with 6 limbs and scales that shimmered like molten metal, decided to study them. Captain Rillen, of the Ixari research vessel, Vesher, observed the humans as they approached a frontier station on the edge of the Trivon sector. The humans arrived in small, irregular groups, each seemingly independent. It coordinated with a precision that made Rilna uneasy. Why do they behave so erratically yet still achieve results? Relin asked the crew. His voice carried over the bridge in clicks and hums, a sound designed to convey authority. Lieutenant Corv, the youngest among them, pointed at the display. Their movements are not chaotic. It is calculated, but not predictable. It is. Creative Rillen narrowed his eyes, which glowed faintly. Creative is dangerous when combined with aggression. Why haven't they been contained? Corv hesitated, perhaps because containment is impossible without understanding their rules. They seem to have agreements. Agreements. Rillen clicked sharply, signaling frustration. Explain. Corvée pulled up a holographic interface showing a document from human records. The title read, Geneva List, something Corv had translated from human language with difficulty. Humans maintain a list, Corv explained. It is a set of rules or guidelines for conflict, behavior, and treatment during war. They call it Geneva List, the crew murmured in disbelief. The concept of restricting violence, even in war, was foreign. Ixari culture thrived on domination, conquest, and survival of the strongest. Rel leaned closer. So, they fight, but they fight with rules. That seems contradictory. Corv nodded. Yes, and yet they follow it. Entire wars have been influenced by this list, limiting unnecessary destruction. It is respected. Relin considered this. The humans did not lack aggression. If anything, reports suggested humans could be ferocious in combat. Yet here was a species capable of universal empathy in the midst of violence. The Vesher crew decided to observe a human colony recently contacted. The colony, on the planet Lorna, had been attacked by a mercenary group known for ignoring treaties. Rillen watched as the humans organized their defenses. They fortified structures, evacuated civilians, and negotiated with the attackers through intermediaries. Corv noted the efficiency and speed of their decisions. Observe how they prioritize protection over retaliation, Corv said. Even when provoked, they adhered to their list. A young human commander named Lucas approached the negotiation table. His movements were deliberate, confident, yet cautious. He offered terms that protected the innocent while allowing the attackers to withdraw with dignity. Reln was puzzled. Why would one species limit their power in favor of others? It is illogical. Corv tilted his head. It is not illogical. It is strategic. By establishing trust and mutual respect, humans reduce chaos. They create conditions where agreements are honored, even among enemies. Over the next several weeks, the Ixari crew followed the humans as they mediated conflicts with neighboring planets. They discovered that humans kept meticulous records, documenting every violation, promise, and act of goodwill. This record-keeping was tied to their Geneva List principles. Interesting, Rillen said during a council meeting. They do not rely solely on brute force. They rely on memory, accountability, and reputation. These are weapons of a different kind. Corv projected a case study. On planet Riven, 2 factions had been at war for decades. Humans intervened, introducing a list of behavioral rules. Over time, both sides complied, not because of threat, but because the rules were respected by both factions' peers. Rel clicked sharply. So humans impose limits on themselves to gain influence over others. Fascinating. The crew became increasingly fascinated. They began to discuss why humans developed such a list. It was not technology or strength that gave humans an advantage. It was principle, honor, and foresight. One evening, Rillen asked Korv privately, "Why do they care about rules when they could dominate entirely?" Korv considered. Perhaps it is survival, but not survival of the body of the species. Survival of trust and cooperation. Humans understand that unchecked aggression leads to chaos, which destroys even the strongest. Their rules are a shield, not a weapon. Rillen stared at the holographic projection of the human colony. Children played outside protective barriers while adults prepared for potential attacks. Even in readiness, there was calm. They planned for destruction, yet prevent it when possible. "This is beyond logic," Rillen said. Korv smiled faintly. "It is the human way. They fight wars, but they fight wisely. They respect life and structure simultaneously." The Ixari decided to observe a full-scale human military engagement. A rogue fleet threatened a sector, using overwhelming force. Humans mobilized but did not retaliate indiscriminately. They targeted military assets while avoiding civilian casualties. Negotiated ceasefires and allowed evacuation. Relne and his crew recorded every action. The humans were efficient, brutal when necessary, but bound by their Geneva list. "Note their restraint," Korv said. "It earns them allies and respect, making them stronger than sheer force alone." During the aftermath, the Ixari interviewed the human leaders. Commander Lucas explained, "We have learned that the universe is full of species with short-term goals. We plan for long-term coexistence. Our Geneva list is a promise to ourselves and others that we value life even when conflict is unavoidable." Rillen, attempting to grasp this, asked, "Do all humans follow it? Are there exceptions?" Lucas nodded. "There are those who break the rules, but we hold them accountable. The list is only as strong as our commitment to it. Humanity survives because we enforce it on ourselves before anyone else can." The Ixori crew was silent for a moment. They realized the implications. A species that limits its own aggression could grow stronger than any predator. Power coupled with restraint was unprecedented. Korv said quietly, "Humans are unpredictable, not because they are chaotic, but because they are principled. The rules guide them, yet they can innovate within them. That makes them formidable." Rillen finally spoke. "We have underestimated them. The Geneva list is not a weakness. It is a strategy that shapes civilization. It ensures survival through respect, calculation, and restraint." As the Vesher departed Lorna, Rillen addressed his crew. "Report back to the Council. Humans are not just a curiosity. They are a species to be studied, understood, and respected. Their strength lies not in conquest, but in the choices they make when given power. And now we know why they maintain their Geneva list," Korv added. "Perhaps we can learn from it ourselves. Or perhaps we will face them someday without having learned in time." The stars stretched out before them, silent witnesses to the revelation. Across the galaxy, humans continued their small, disciplined actions, unaware that they had become a lesson in morality and strategy for species far older and more powerful. They fought wars not for domination alone, but to preserve life and principles, making themselves unpredictable, respected, and in many ways unstoppable. Rillen turned to the crew one last time. "Prepare our report. Let the galaxy know. Humans are not merely another species. They are a paradox wrapped in rules, guided by conscience and strengthened by self-restraint. The Geneva list is the key to understanding them. Learn it, remember it, and never underestimate what it can achieve." As the Vesher drifted into faster-than-light space, the crew contemplated what they had witnessed. Across the void, the humans carried on, building, exploring, and defending not with unchecked aggression, but with intelligence, care, and the unshakable principle that life, even in war, could be respected. And in that principle, the Ixari realized, lay the secret of human survival, their enduring strength, and the reason the galaxy had long feared and admired them.